Yasu! Welcome to your weekly episode of Offside and On Tap with myself, Tricky, the man with all the beer and sadly no idea. I hope you're all well, having a great week, had a great weekend. What a mad 10,080 minutes we had in the Premier League this week since the last video. Absolutely crazy. Talking points, I'll be talking expensive flops, Premier League, Phoenix rising from the ashes, and I'll be making some more questionable predictions, of course, as well. But before I get into all the football talk, of course, this is Offside and On Tap, so we have to have a drink whilst we do this. We don't have to, but we do. It's part of the thing. So the greeting that I gave you there was a Greek hello. So for this episode, I have chosen this. I've had one for a long time. It's called Mythos. I'm sure a lot of you gentlemen out there, some ladies would have had this before, especially if you've been to places like Zante, which is where I first had this drink. It's a 500ml bottle that I've got. It comes with a nice flip lid actually. You don't have to get a bottle opener. It just pulls off, which is great. Brewed by Olympic Brewery, which is part of the Carlsberg group. So that's the drink of the week this week. It's Mythos. Cheers, everybody. Very, very nice. That's what they like, isn't it? Beer in the midweek. With the midweek chat with Tricky. Last week then, what happened last week? Big week. Man United finally got rid of the curse of Anfield. 9 years since a win there. The brilliant performance, wasn't it? I mean, totally unexpected. The front three, absolutely fantastic. Running round, interchanging, playing really well. The whole team just pushing up the field, getting up there. And even Cunha was running. The biggest walker in the Premier League last season. Even he was running around and creating spaces. Brilliant. Liverpool, too much individual flair, but the team not clicking as a whole. Problems in defence. Called it a while back. I said they'd have problems. Not enough cover in there. So I did call that one. Arsenal held firm at the top, and yet another clean sheet. Absolutely terrific defending. They are massively impressive in defence in particular. Probably the biggest news of the week was big Ange Postecoglou getting kangaroo kicked out of the Forest after just 39 days. 39 days in charge. I think I've had longer dinners than that. It took me longer to have dinner than that on occasion. So, firefighter Deitch to the rescue. Is it a perfect fit? And then Erling Haaland again, the juggernaut. It just keeps on going, doesn't he? He's back to his best. Who can stop him? Who can stop this man? Well, many have tried, many have failed. 11 goals in 8 Premier League games already. So impressive. Man City doing really well again. Back to the week before, last week, week 8 prediction results. A couple of commenters. Thank you to Lyndon and Righty for commenting your predictions. I did top score last week. 6 points, 1 correct score from those 6 points, which was Man City 2, Everton 0. I was on for 9 points at one point, but Sunderland scored a late goal, which would have got me a perfect score if it had been 1-0. It cost me 2 points. And then obviously Crystal Palace got a last-ditch equaliser. I'd got Bournemouth to win that game, so that cost me another point. So I would have been on 9 points, which is my top score to date. But I was on 6 points. Lyndon 5 points, 1 correct score, the same game as me. Man City 2, Everton 0. And Righty 5 points as well. Just 5 correct results, no correct scores. Well done, lads. We go again this week. Hopefully you get your predictions in. Let's get into it. Let's get into the next week, week 9 predictions. So as last week, I'm going to do 5 main featured games, and then I'm going to do Tricky's quick pickies for the other 5 games just to speed things along a little bit. And what a great place to start, especially if you're a Man United fan. I'm going to do the Man United versus Brighton game, 5:30 Saturday. What a great place to start. Yeah, Phoenix, Man United, Phoenix rising from the ashes, coming back to form. Fans out hiding, back onto socials, loving life, I'm sure. I've got a lot of Man United friends, and all chatting again, all happy. And I think there's a little bit of hope restored that Ruben Amorim can actually steer this ship and get them back to the higher echelons of the Premier League. Why not? The top half now, only 2 or 3 points off second place, incredibly. I think it's 3 points. brilliant. I did question the starting lineup when I saw it before I watched the game. The likes of Yoro, Sesko, and Dorgu not playing in the team. But yeah, he got it right ultimately, didn't he? Put players in, rewarded within 2 minutes, and Blamo scoring. Gave him a platform for the game, and from there on, they just really played the best I've seen them for probably 2 seasons. But I mean, I don't know what you Man United things think, but I think that's probably the best I've seen them play, and in the biggest game they probably play in the season at Anfield as well. Front three interchanging, moving positions, stretching the defenders. Kirkes couldn't cope on the left. He was, and Blamo was really doing a good job on him. Lemons again in goal, safe hands, no mistakes. What a difference that makes, not having any goalkeepers putting you under the bus and making mistakes. Really good safe hands, good saves, and they deserve to get the second, for the first time in 20 months, second consecutive Premier League win. So yeah, excellent Man United. Brighton, they beat my boys. They beat Newcastle. They've got Newcastle in general. They've got them in a headlock. You know when your dad used to grab you when you were younger and you've been a little shit, grab you in a headlock and you're not getting out of it. That's what Brighton have got in Newcastle at the minute. Got them in a headlock. Really hard to get out of it. And to a degree, they've got that against Man United in recent seasons as well. They've only lost 1 of the 7 last Premier League meetings with them, and won all three of the last visits to Old Trafford as well. So they've got a similar sort of hold on Manchester United. Danny Welbeck for England. Why on earth not? Why on earth not? For me, Danny Welbeck has earned more right to play for England than Jordan Henderson. He really has. You think how many options we've got up front. We haven't got a great deal now. And if we do need someone to come off the bench, make an impact, he scores goals. He'll be 35 next summer. But get him in the team. Get him in the team for the World Cup. Just do it. Put him in there. Kane obviously is the main man, but Welbeck. Be disappointed if he didn't get in and other people did that weren't deserving. There's always goals in Brighton games, and I found a few goals in this game I think there'll be. But Man United, I think they're a new animal again. They're coming good. If they can make it 3 in a row, that would be very ironic, wouldn't it? So I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win to Manchester United. Next up, Brentford versus Liverpool. Saturday night, it's the 8 o'clock, it's the evening kick-off. Brentford took advantage of West Ham on Monday Night Football. Poor West Ham team with a poor atmosphere because the stadium was only half full. There was just nothing in there. It didn't feel like a Premier League game. It felt like a Championship or League One match midweek. Really bad atmosphere. Fans protesting. Took advantage. But don't take anything away from Brentford. Physically strong. Won every challenge. I think they'd won 9 out of the first 10 headers in the game. I was watching the stats on my phone as I was watching the game. And they look more and more like Tony Pulis's Stoke City side from years gone by. Long throws into the box, cross into the box. Just physically fucking hard players, strong players, playing really well. However, they have lost 5 of the last games against Liverpool. But yeah, they're doing better than I predicted, and they're doing okay. Bottom half table, but 3 or 4 points above the relegation zone. Liverpool, what a difference a month makes, eh? 1 minute, taking the mick out of everyone, scoring in the last minute, playing like a cat playing with a mouse. The next minute, it's all gone wrong. You're conceding in the umpteenth minutes of games rather than scoring them. And stoppage time. And yeah, the fans have all gone into hiding. Man United fans have come out, Liverpool fans have gone into hiding. It's like Thanos basically come along, clipped his fingers, and only Liverpool fans have actually been eliminated. Any fans of superhero films, you know what I'm on about. So yeah, big difference month to make. But I don't get it. They're leaving Ekitike on the bench. He's the only player that's really settled in from the summer signings, and he's on the bench behind that rat Isak. So it's bit strange decisions for me. Should have been on the pitch at the start of the game. They're gonna have to get him in together. From this on Thursday, obviously, and last night they played in the Champions League, starting them as a 2 up front, 4-4-2. I did take Isak off at half time. I think he's injured. Shock, horror. Green's gone. But what are they going to do that again in the coming Premier League games? Well, if Isak's injured, they probably won't have the issue. They'll just put Ekitike back in up front. But yeah, they're going to have to try and find something for Wirtz in terms of a position. I think he's better out wide in that system, just to get used to the pace of the games, not in the middle of the pitch where it's a bit more frantic and busy. Play him out wide, ease him in, yes, you shouldn't have to deal with a £115 million player, but they're going to have to try something. Ease him in on the wing, and then eventually he'll find his feet, get used to the pace, physically stronger, all those things. Surely they won't lose again. But Brentford at home will present a challenge with a home game for Brentford. I'm going to go for the shares to be spoiled. I'm going to go for 1-1 in this game. Next game, we've got Bournemouth versus Nottingham Forest. It was Sunday, 2 o'clock kickoff. Bournemouth probably thought they'd won the game when they scored the 89th minute at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace. But anything less than a draw for Palace, they probably did dominate the game in more parts. Statistically, were better. But anything less for that than a draw for Palace would have been wrong for me. It's everything I expect the game to be. End-to-end, basketball-style game. Lots of goals. 3-3 was a fair result in the end for me. No Evan Nilsson, but there was no problem. 19-year-old Krupi comes in, scores a brace. They just keep getting him in, these players. Keep bringing them out from everywhere. Bournemouth, really impressive. They would have been second in the table if they'd have held on for that. Nottingham Forest. Ooh, again, having this conversation again, aren't we? In the words of one of my favourite Kasabian songs, it was doomed from the start, Franj. Doomed from the start. Doomed from the start, met with a goodbye kiss. I won't sing anymore, I promise. Fans never really took to Ange, and probably Sean Dyche, if he was available at the time, would have been the better option. Less glamorous option probably than Ange would have been or was, but it would have been the sensible bet. More of a similar style to Nuno, the way they play, a little bit better defensively. But he comes in now to steady the ship. The Cherries are on an absolute roll. I think Dyche obviously is going to improve them eventually, but it's going to take a little bit of time, the way they've been playing recently. So I'm going to go for Bournemouth. They're on a roll. I feel they're free scoring enough, and I think they're going to win this game. I'm going to go for 3 points to Cherries, 2-0. Next up, another 2 o'clock Sunday kickoff. It's London derby. It is two cracking teams, Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Arsenal came up against a stubborn Fulham team in the last game, but they did break through. And they got another set-piece goal. It's the seventh goal from a corner they've scored this season already, far more than anyone else. They are a fantastic set-piece team. They're more than that, but the set-pieces, they've really nailed them, haven't they, the last 12 months or so. Goals from over the team. Gyökeres isn't scoring the goals, the main man, but he does so much more for the team. He's creating spaces by running forwards, stretching defenders, great hold-up play. He will score more goals. Although as long as the team and themselves keep winning and keep scoring goals, there's not going to be any pressure on Gyökeres to do that for goal involvements. And I say the goals will start coming for him. They'll create enough chances, and he'll start getting his fair share. They've only conceded 3 goals so far in the Premier League, and I've got to be honest, every goal he conceded was really good goal. We got Voltemada, so they beat Newcastle in the end. Voltemada's header was class. Szoboszlai's goal at Anfield in the second game of the season for each team. The free kick, which was an absolute worldie, and you got Haaland's goal in the game that Man City played obviously against them. Little goal there was fantastic as well. Palace will create openings against them, I'm sure, so they've got to be aware of that. Mateta got a hat-trick for Crystal Palace, but he should have got 4. We had the easiest chance of the lot at the end of the game, 97 plus minutes, and he absolutely thumped it over the bar, but absolutely impressive again. Mateta in the French team, he's going to be at the World Cup, I'm sure. Should be starting for them perhaps. But a rare defensive display, which was poor, conceding 3 goals from Crystal Palace. And we've got Mark Gay, who's come out and said he won't be signing a new contract. He obviously wasn't going to anybody, but he's actually told Glasner that now. So he'll be off to pastures new either January or the summer, possibly to Real Madrid or Barcelona. Liverpool still in the hunt, of course. Arsenal, they want to stamp out any threat from Crystal Palace in this game pretty early, and I think they'll go and try and score a lot of goals to do that, knowing the threat Crystal Palace have. I'm going to go for Arsenal to win this game 3-1. And another Sunday 2 o'clock kickoff. Seems like there's more Sunday 2 o'clock kickoffs than Saturday 3 o'clock kickoffs this week. Aston Villa at home to Manchester City, who are on a really good run at the moment. Aston Villa really impressive, unexpected, probably just right to say, against Tottenham Hotspur. A win there, despite not creating loads of clear-cut chances. got the job done in the end, and it was really, really good result. For me, they scored the goal of the month so far, if not the season, because the way the goal was created, it comes out from a corner towards the halfway line. Matty Cash, he hits it outside of the foot over to Digne. Digne controls the ball on the outside of his left foot in the air, and then flicks it across, and it's put into the net by Buendia. Absolutely class. For me, yeah, well worthy winning the game on its own. Phenomenal skills on show. After 6 winless games at the start of the season in all competitions, they've now won 3 in a row. Emery just knows how to win games, doesn't he? Really good manager, gets the best out of the players, and they've not even got Ollie Watkins firing in yet. So yeah, they're gonna come good in the end of the season. Going to improve as we go along. Manchester City, Erling Haaland. Is there any superlatives left to describe him? He's phenomenal. He's just an absolute animal. Comment in the comments on the video in one word how to describe Haaland, because I've run out of superlatives. I've run out of them. 24 games, 14 goals this season. 24 goals in 14 games for club and country this season, and he scored in 12 consecutive games as well. He's just a numbers man, isn't he? He loves scoring goals, bullying centre halves, left, right, and centre. So strong, so quick. He admits he likes playing against defenders more when he gets actually a bit of abuse, a bit of stick from him. What I suggest is you go stick the kettle, make him a brew, and fetch him his slippers, because Danny won't be in such a unhappy mood, and you might get a chance against him. Give him a little foot rub whilst you're at it. Can City win the league with just his goals? Yeah, potentially, but they do need the defence to start improving. They do need the defence to start doing better, stop conceding silly goals. But Donnarumma at the back again showed his worth. Safe hands, some fantastic saves, absolute class. Key addition to the team in the summer. Konsa and Torres are in for a torrid time at Villa Park for me. Going to go for a away win. Man City to keep winning 2-1 Man City. And Tricky's quick pickies. We've got Leeds versus West Ham. Leeds doing really well at home in the Premier League. West Ham shocking wherever they play. Going to go for Leeds to win this one 1-0. Chelsea versus Sunderland. Chelsea put João Pedro back into his number 10 role behind the striker. Really effective. Called that a while back as well. Sunderland don't do as well away from home as at home. Lost at Old Trafford in the last away game. Going for Chelsea to score freely. 3-0 Chelsea. My boys, the Newcastle team, the lovely Geordie boys, versus Fulham after winning a sensational game on Tuesday night against Benfica. Really impressive. Voltemada, Gordon, there's too many names to mention how well they've played. And Fulham don't travel so well again, but I'm going to go for Newcastle to win 2-1. Wolves versus Burnley. Big game for Wolves. Probably the best opportunity so far to win first game. Burnley again haven't got a point away from home. Great opportunity for Wolves. I'm going to go for Wolves to win 2-1. And then finally, we've got Everton at home to Tottenham. Everton doing really well at the new stadium. And Tottenham, a bit of an unknown quantity. They play really well one week and then not so well the next. Everton do get a lot of draws at home. I'm going to go for a Desmond. Going to go for 2-2 in the Everton versus Tottenham. And finally, we're going to do Tricky's treble. Last week, I went for West Ham. On current form, that was a daft pick, but I felt that the Nuno effect might help, and it didn't. They were poor. So this week we're going to go for 3 different teams. We're going to go for Chelsea to beat Sunderland, Newcastle United to beat Fulham, Manchester United at Old Trafford to beat Brighton. £5 stake will return £23.65 overall with Ladbrokes, that is. That's £11.83 that will go into the pot for Dementia UK. Really want to win it this time around. Got to stop fanning around now. Got to put some money in the pot for Dementia UK. So yeah, fingers crossed for everyone. We want that to come in. Thanks for watching. As usual, if you could put your predictions in the comments, all the scores, all 10 games. Remember, it's 1 point for a correct result and 3 points for a correct score exactly. If you haven't already, if you subscribe to the channel, please, that'd be fantastic. Get to that 50 subscribers. I can then start doing some live videos. Go to the pub, like I did on Tuesday, do some live reactions. If you do like the video, please like it and share it to people as well. Let them know what I'm doing. It's all for good cause, all for charity. Start putting some money in the pot, of course. Good luck to your team this week. I hope you do well. I hope you win. I hope Newcastle win, of course. Have a great week. Enjoy the football. See you soon.